right, guys, we are recording now. Welcome to tonight's team call. We're going to go ahead and finish going over the PowerPoint that we were going through last week about running and advertising successful challenge groups. So we don't have too much left on that. And then we're just going to talk a couple announcements. I'm working on our May calendar, and again, you don't have to follow the calendar that I put out. I basically look at the month ahead, and there are a couple different things that I like to do each month in my business. And of course, you guys are all more than welcome to join in on whatever I'm doing. But this is your business and you can run it however you want. So if you feel like making your own calendar and following something like that, that is cool too. So on my calendar, you guys probably, older coaches have seen this before. We usually have a start of a challenge group. I'll pick a date that we're going to start a challenge group. I'll pick a date that I'm going to start a new coach training. And I pick a date that we're going to do like a virtual party, like a sneak peek into coaching, or a week-long event that's like a sneak peek into coaching, or however we want to run it that month. I'll pick a date for that too. That way I can sit down and I can see when my next challenge group is starting, so I can see when I want to start promoting for it. And I can see when our sneak peek is, so I can see when I want to start promoting for it, and when I need to gear a lot of my social media posts more towards why I love coaching and doing those kind of breadcrumbing posts as to why I'm happy I'm a coach, what I've gotten out of the experience, stuff like that. Those type of posts right before I'm going to advertise for a sneak peek. So there's a little bit of a method to the madness, I guess you could say. So I am working on a calendar for May. I will get that posted in Knockouts United. And again, like I said, you guys can follow it. You guys can add challengers, potential coaches, anything in, or if you feel like you want to just take the plunge and run your own, that's totally cool too. If you guys need any help, if you want to do anything on your own and you need help, feel free to message me. Feel free to use any of the scripts on our website. Whatever you guys need, I'm here to help however I can. So that's that. After we finish up this PowerPoint, there's a couple other announcements, new things we're going to do, how we're going to change things, because of course we're just always changing things. Okay, let me share my screen. Okay. How did I do this before? I think I did it like that. Okay. All right, so we'll run through what we've already been through. We talked about posting on social media. You do not want to post just about Beachbody and be a Beachbody billboard. You want to have a couple different topics that you're posting about. I sat down and actually wrote mine out because I haven't in a while the other day, and I realized I wanted to be talking about me and my family. I wanted to be posting about something going on in my day. Like this morning, I literally opened one of my drawers in my bathroom and just laughed to myself because all of a sudden I've been like stockpiling dry shampoo. And I opened this drawer and realized I have like 5 bottles. And I'm like, okay, this is a little much. I need to stop. So that's something I posted about today. So family, whatever's going on in my day, fitness, like my workout, nutrition. I took a picture tonight of my dinner, so even though I'm not going to post that tonight, I'm kind of like I stockpile my shampoo, my dry shampoo, I stockpile my posts for like the next couple days or whatever. So nutrition is one, and then just like team recognition or something I'm grateful about from coaching. I just got in the mail the Success Club prize from the other month, the sampler of all the Beachbody performance stuff. So that's like one of my grateful for coaching type posts that I can do. So just make sure you're kind of well-rounded with what you're posting about. We talked about keeping in mind who you're posting to, who you're talking to, who your audience is, and posting adding value to them and posting things that they would want to see. We talked about being bold and sharing your journey. And even though you may not be at your goal, ideal, weight, body, whatever it is, share your journey. That's what people relate to. That's how you're going to inspire people. That's how you're going to get people to join you, okay? different ways to build interest. This is kind of like what we just talked about, making sure your posts are well-rounded. And if you're posting about this kind of stuff, when people think about like being healthy or working out or nutrition, whatever it may be, they're going to start to think of you because they're seeing your posts about this kind of stuff all the time. So when they do want to make a change, they'll come to you. We talked about the invite and what your challenge group ad post should look like. They should be colorful. You should be in them. You should kind of outline exactly what people will get in a challenge group and make sure that you're using not totally like Beachbody lingo. Make sure you're putting it in words that they can understand. So maybe it's not a challenge group. Maybe it's just like a private Facebook group for support and accountability. So there's that again. We went over a couple of examples of inviting. And then we talked about making sure we don't word vomit when we talk to people in private messages. Keeping it short, keeping it simple, asking questions, being more interested than interesting. So basically, you want to be the best listener. You want to get as much information out of them as you can. The invite a little bit more. Make sure we're asking once we want to fill that Beachbody stuff in the conversation. We're asking about their goals and some other questions that you can ask. How would you rate your fitness level? These are all good. We call them, if you like, I went to school, my major was exercise science. So we talked about PAR-Qs and how to like basically assess people, where their fitness level, where they're at. So this kind of goes hand in hand with that. How would you rate your fitness and nutrition? Just basically finding out what that starting point is so you can help move them forward. And then based on whatever they answer, giving them obviously at least one option. Normally I have in mind one option that would work for them. If I'm kind of in between, like, well, I think they would enjoy this too, I will let them know, I think the 21-day fix would be awesome for you. It's got full body workouts. It's super well-rounded. It's easy to follow. They have the modifier. The meal plan is the best. But Masters Hammer and Chisel just came out too. And if you like a little bit shorter, from 30 minutes to 22-minute workouts, 22-minute hardcore. That's what I was going to talk about. I keep getting mixed up because it's 22 MHC, minute hardcore, but I see MHC and I think Masters Hammer and Chisel. Is that just me maybe? Anyways, but maybe I want to say, maybe if you're into like the boot camp style workouts and you'd rather have a 22-minute workout instead of a 30-minute workout, Tony Horton just came out with 22-minute hardcore too. That's another option. And they do have in your Coach Online office, if you want to send them like a little video to give them a preview of each program, that is there in your business tools. So if you haven't seen that before, make sure you go through and check that out because that is super helpful. Whoops, I skipped one. Okay, so and then the invite, closing the sale basically. And the sale doesn't happen right away, obviously. Most of the time it doesn't happen right away and you've got to follow up a couple times. But make sure when you're talking to people are telling you their goals, these programs work because we all use them, right? And we believe in them. Otherwise we probably wouldn't have become a coach. So when someone's telling you their goals and you know that you have the solution for them, act like you have the solution for them, okay? I had a coach on another team, but somewhere in my downline, send me a conversation. She's like, I don't know how, what am I doing wrong? Why is this person not committing? I'm talking with my hands a lot tonight, huh? Why is this person not committing? And so she sent me her conversation and I read through it and she was like, well, I think maybe you would, maybe the 21-day fix would help you because that focuses on portion control. And I mean, I thought about doing it and I did it and it worked pretty well for me. No, you don't want to talk like that. You want to be like, all right, based on your goals, this is what we want to set you up with. This is what's going to get you to lose the last 5 stubborn pounds. Okay, you want to be confident in what you're talking about with them, what you're going to set them up with. And you want to be confident. If you get in this group and you plug in every day and you follow the plan, you're going to lose the last 5 pounds. Like, I'm going to be here every step of the way. Just give it your all and I'll give it my all, and we're going to make it happen. Okay, that confidence really like radiates, and people can definitely feel that vibe when you're putting it down. Okay. So another way to kind of emphasize, like, okay, let's get that order in. Oh my God, Paige, did I ever message you back? I didn't. I'm so sorry. We need to set up a call. I just thought about that while I'm looking at you. Oh my God, I've been crazy. I'm really sorry about that. So another way to kind of get them to get to the ordering steps is to flat out ask them, okay, do you have a minute or two right now? I can walk you through how to order. Or like, I find that when I say, okay, let me know whenever you're ready, it kind of leaves it open-ended. Or if you said something like, hey, let me know what time tomorrow should I check in? Are you free? We can get you set up with your challenge pack. Something like that, okay? And then I always tell them, let me know once you put in your order, just so I can make sure it went through on my end. Because as we know, we probably have all run into this before. If someone has bought something from Beachbody before, well, they already have an account and they're probably linked to another coach, even though they may not even realize it. So I always just say, let me know when you put your order in. That way I can just check and make sure that they got assigned to me as their coach, and that I'll be the one earning the commission and getting the volume for their sale. So there is that. What else do we? Okay, so they didn't respond back. Now what? This is like super, trying to move this over. Frustrating. Okay. When you're messaging someone and you have a conversation and then all of a sudden it's like crickets, right? And you don't want to feel annoying and you don't know what to say next, or like how to bring this back up, or maybe they just weren't interested anymore, or you told them the price and now they're super silent and you're like, oh great, now they're definitely not going to do it. That doesn't mean the conversation just ends, right? You're going to want to follow up. The fortune is in the follow-up. That's what they always say. So here are some kind of ways that, again, this is a Bombshell Dynasty training. So a lot of top coaches have followed this training and do this kind of stuff. So even if it might seem kind of different to you, give it a try and see if it works for you. So this says, people lead busy lives. Like I just said, a Paige messaged me and we were going to set up a one-on-one call, and I read it and I thought, okay, cool, I can do that. And I never wrote back. So don't assume they aren't interested. I really want to do this one-on-one call with Paige. It's not that I'm not interested. I just didn't give an immediate response. So it says wait 36 to 48 hours after it's been read, because of course now we can all tell on Facebook when someone reads your message, and then send a simple follow-up message. Hey, gorgeous, just wanted to, I don't call people gorgeous, so change the words and make it like your own. Hey girl, just wanted to make sure you received my last message. A lot of mine seem to be going into people's other folder, which has happened to me. I still have one remaining spot in my challenge group if you are still interested in learning more. There's that. So if they read that and still no response, hey, just wanted to reach out one more time, let you know I had to give away that final spot to someone else this time around, but I really think you'd thrive in these groups. Would you mind if I reach out next time we run one? It'll probably be about a month's time. Okay, so did you give away that spot technically? Not really, because you can have as many people in your challenge group as you want, but it's just kind of a way to create that sense of urgency and to let them know, like, okay, you don't have to do it right now. I'm okay with that. I got other challengers that I'm going to work with, but when you're ready, I'm here to help you as well. Okay. And then the biggest thing is move on and engage with the next person. Okay. Write that person's name down. Make sure you made a note. You're going to follow up with them in a month's time, and then move on to the next person, because I cannot tell you how many, I've done it myself. I know a lot of my coaches, other coaches on other teams. You're thinking about hitting Success Club for the month and you want to get those 5 points, and you talk to Susie yesterday, and she said she's going to buy a challenge pack, and she wants a 21-day fix, and it's on sale this month, so she should buy it this month. And time goes on, and you follow up, and she says, yep, I'm going to order tonight as soon as I get home. I just got paid. Cool, we're good to go. And she doesn't order that night. And then there's like 3 days left in the month, and you were banking on Susie, so you weren't inviting other people, and Susie does not come through in the clutch. So follow up with people and then move on, okay? Don't have your mind set on, oh, okay, well, so-and-so is going to buy a challenge pack, and I'm going to work with them and help them. Just keep moving on, okay? Once their order goes through, like I said, have them let you know, and then you can get started with them. But don't get stuck waiting to hear from Susie when Susie, this obviously isn't the biggest priority to her right now, okay? Just keep moving on and inviting new people and making new connections. And Susie comes back around when she's ready. I don't know any Susies. I was just saying that. Okay, so now objections, which is everyone's favorite. And as a coach, you're going to get lots of objections. I get objections all the time, and it's just a matter of knowing how, first of all, just identifying the objection and then knowing how to handle it and how to respond to it. So the biggest thing that I can say that I've learned from working in the health and fitness field in my corporate job and through school, and it definitely carries over into Beachbody coaching, is you need to be empathetic. So if someone feels that something is expensive, they genuinely are worried about that. That's how they feel. Have you ever been like in a fight with your boyfriend and you say like, oh, I feel like this. And he's like, well, that's stupid. And you're like, it's not stupid. That's how I feel. That's exactly what it's like. Okay. So when you're talking back to them, you want to be like, I totally understand. That's a legit feeling. I know where you're coming from. Maybe even you felt that way too. I think I told you guys when I first signed up to coach, I didn't buy a challenge pack because I thought that was expensive. And I was like, I want to make money. I don't want to spend money. So I had that cost objection. And then like 2 days later, I went back and I was like, oh, I wanted that challenge pack when I signed up. So a good method to use is the feel, felt, found method. Okay. So here you can see, in response number 1, she starts off with, I totally understand you feeling that way. I felt the same exact way when I heard, oh, here's a price one, the price of Shakeology. I even remember saying to myself, there's no way I'd spend that much on a protein shake. But once I did my research and realized it wasn't just a protein shake, but rather a shake I'd be replacing an actual meal with that would allow me to get all the essential nutrients I needed on a daily basis, I found I was actually spending more eating the junk, going through the drive-thrus, stopping to get my $16 at Starbucks, whatever. So she says, I understand you feeling that way. I felt that way. I realized I was actually spending more not doing this, and this is healthy. So that's one way to kind of word it. Or if someone says it's too expensive, another response would be, can I ask what you're comparing it to? I only asked because I felt the same way when I heard the price because I was comparing it to a GNC protein shake. But then I did my research and I'm realizing Shakeology is not just a protein shake. It's much more than that. It's super convenient and it's less than going to a fresh juice bar and getting kale and spinach and all these other fruits and soup, acai and whatever. Okay. So, and then in response number 2, it kind of goes into like the personal, exactly what she found. Okay. She thinks, oh, my favorite meal and my daily vitamins. Cool. So these are just examples of how you can respond to that like price objection. So another objection, a lot of people that I talk to just are fine going to the gym. So here are some sample responses to that. They say like at-home programs do not work. And they're just fine going to the gym. So I actually come across a lot of people who say the same thing. Okay, so again, we're acknowledging what they say. We're telling them they're not the only one who thinks that. Some of my top coaches are gym rats. Nothing wrong with that. What they found, though, was that they were going to the gym and oftentimes doing the same things each time. Here with the Beachbody program, you've basically got a trainer in your living room. They're telling you exactly what to do. They're making sure that your body's mixing it up and getting a little bit of everything. 21 Day Fix is telling me to slow down and do yoga one day when normally I would not do yoga on my own. So then it talks about nutrition. I'm sure you know how key nutrition is. Even if you decide to skip getting an actual workout program, you should definitely look into trying Shakeology. Okay. Another response is let's see. Okay, this is just kind of a general response. If someone's asking about price or asking just a general question about programs to get started with, and you can see how obviously they're not saying the price right away. They're not being like, well, most challenge packs are $160. They're saying, well, they range in prices. First, let's talk about your goals and then go from there, okay? Here are some ways to track the interest that you get in your challenge groups. We also have these trackers on our website. So if you want to check those out, it's the pinned post at the top of our team page. But you can see name, phone, email, what social media platform did you connect with them on? Did you send them a message and they didn't read it, or they did read it? Did you give them challenge group details? When are you going to follow up? Or did they join your November challenge with a 21 Day Fix challenge back? However, again, organization is so personal. It's however you want to organize things, but just make sure you have a list that you're going from, because it's so easy to talk to someone about your next challenge group and then be doing a million other things and just lose track and totally forget to follow up. So I like to go ahead if someone says, oh, not this month, but I definitely want to do it before the summer. I'm flipping forward in my planner to next month and I'm saying follow up with so-and-so. So just make sure you're tracking your challenger interest. This is another thing that they talk about that I have not given a try yet, but I thought it was kind of cool. Ways to keep track of new Facebook friends, challenge group prospects, coach prospects, whatever it may be, your new coaches that you've added through Facebook lists. So, and Molly, I know you can't see this, but I tried to upload this in our team page and I don't think it worked properly, so I'm going to try again tonight. So you guys can check it out when you get home or whatever. But basically, you can make lists on Facebook. Oh gosh. So once you friend someone and then you see that little friends button, you can do a drop down and add them to a list. So somehow Facebook automatically years ago categorized like some of my friends into certain groups. Like I have a Lewis Mills High School group and I've got some friends from that high school in there. And then I have like a Conway, South Carolina, which is the town I went to college in, group. And then some of my college friends are in there. So you can use these lists to kind of organize. Okay, I just talked to Susie, Sally, and Sarah. I couldn't think of another S name. And we all talked about challenge groups. And so I'm going to add them to my challenge group prospect list on Facebook. So you can pull up this list and it's basically going to be like your news feed for all these people. So just a way to make sure that you're engaging on their posts, you're commenting, you're liking things, you're keeping up in conversation with, and just kind of staying in the loop with these people so they don't fall through the cracks. So you can make new lists so you can have separate ones for your challenge group prospects, your coach prospects, just kind of another way of organizing things. So definitely refer back to this slide if you want to look into using the Facebook lists. And that is pretty much it for that Bombshell Dynasty training. Again, let me pull up real quick. We have objections. Okay, I want to open this up because this is something that is on our website now that I'm not sure if you guys have seen yet. But I just have it in a Word document. And can you guys see that? Yeah. Okay. Objections and how to handle them. So this basically will go through different objections, common objections that people have. Shakeology is too expensive. Someone who immediately asks for the price. It's not really an objection, but how do you want to handle that? Someone who likes the gym instead. If you have the money objection, Shakeology price objection, oh, Beachbody's a pyramid scheme, I don't want to join that, or I'm not a salesperson, I could never be a coach, or who would want me to coach them? I don't feel qualified to be a coach. Some links in there. Again, too busy to add anything else to my plate. It's just not the right time. I'm pregnant, I shouldn't coach, which we know you can obviously still coach while you're pregnant. Or people who don't give you any response after you give them the exact directions on how to order. This document is on our website. This is definitely something that you guys can reference to just to see how, if someone gives you an objection, you don't want to just ignore them, obviously, because chances are they'll change their mind eventually. But you want to be able to handle these objections with grace and, like I said, use the feel, felt, found method. But I did type up some scripts of just what I found from other coaches or what I've used myself on how to respond to these. So I think this might be another resource that could help you guys. The other two things I wanted to touch on real quick before we jump off for tonight is I think most of you guys in here saw we will be starting an Excel to Emerald training on Monday. So I'm going to get that group organized and put together tonight or tomorrow. I might want to go to bed. So tomorrow. And I'll add you guys in, and basically it's going to tell you what an Emerald coach is, certain things that you should be doing in your business to help you get to Emerald, how to explain, how to talk about what coaching is, and again, overcome objections that people might have about coaching at first. Because I will say 90% of my coaches that I first brought up the idea of coaching to them, they were like, oh, no thanks, no thanks, that's weird. They were not all about it right off the bat. And maybe some of you guys were like that, like, oh, okay, maybe, or I'll look into it. Like, okay, stop. So sometimes a lot of times people are like not sold on this. This is a pretty untraditional way to make money or make an income or build a business. So a lot of people are skeptical at first. So we'll kind of cover how to work around and how to navigate through that in this group as well. So Emerald is your first promotion, and it's really exciting. And it's just kind of a stepping stone onto even bigger and better things. So I'm really excited for you guys to start pushing towards that. And I've got some fun team gear and stuff to send out to everyone once they achieve their goal of Emerald. And the last thing I wanted to touch on is we're finishing up our new coach training for this month. And we're going to try something a little bit different from now on. I think, I feel like I say this a lot. We're going to try something different and see how it goes. But I've been talking to some other leaders in my upline, and a lot of people are doing this thing now where they'll have a Facebook group. It'll be easier once I make it and I can show you guys, but I just kind of wanted to give you a heads up. We'll have a new training Facebook group, and it will just be ongoing, which means you can add coaches as soon as they sign up. Whenever, we don't need to wait until a specific day of the month to say, we're starting our new coach training. So now we've been saying new coach training starts on this Monday, add your new coaches, but someone may have already been a coach for like a week and a half and kind of been sitting around like, okay, what do I do? When does this training start? So we have had tools on our website where they can go and get started with walking themselves through a training. but I have a feeling a lot of people aren't going to the website and starting it on their own. So if we have this ongoing Facebook group, you can add your new coaches in right away. And there's going to be a post pinned at the top. And it's going to say, welcome, and then have a link. And then it's going to say post 1, and then it's going to have a link, and post 2, and then it's going to have a link. So at the very top, it's going to have all the posts with a link next to them written out. So when you click the link, it's just going to jump you down, scroll you down in the group to wherever post number 1 is. And when you click the link for post number 2, it's just going to jump right in the group to post number 2. So again, it will be a self-paced training, and someone could sit down and go through posts 1 to 10 all in one sitting. Or someone could take it day by day. So I think this will kind of satisfy the different personality types that we have joining our team. And obviously we all have different time restraints and whatever. And again, like I said, it will allow you to put your coaches in there and let them hit the ground running. And it'll just kind of be an ongoing thing. And if someone reads post number 1 and they have a question about it, they can comment down there. And chances are other new coaches will have the same questions. Well, they'll be able to read through the comments on that post and already see some questions and answers. And so it might save us some time too. So I'm going to go ahead and get that group set up with all the posts in there and all the links to each of the posts. And we'll give it a try and see how it goes. And did you guys have any questions about anything tonight? Not really. Alrighty. Well, I think all of you are in our Amazing You, our new challenge group that's officially kicking off on Monday. What programs are you guys doing?
21 Day Fix.
You are?
Yeah.
22-minute hardcore.
Yeah. Wait, have you done it all the way through yet?
Yeah, I have.
And you're doing it again?
And I'm going to do it again because after my vacation, I've been slacking for a week, so I need to get going again.
And you loved it, didn't you?
Honestly, I love it. Like, it works perfect for me because, like, for instance, the other night, Ethan had soccer, so I literally came home, put the pork in the oven, and went upstairs, did my workout, and by the time my workout was done, the pork was done in the oven. So it's, like, perfect. I'm like, this is great. I'm killing 2 birds at 1 stone.
Yay, that's awesome.
But
Hey,
no, I do like it because,
Go on.
I just like it because, like, I mean, it's a different style of a workout, but he honestly pushes you through, like, the whole workout. And I don't know, I like it. I do. I like it a lot.
My mom got the challenge pack because she wanted more Shakeology. And she's like, well, I'm just going to try some of the workouts and then I'll mail them up to you. I was like, okay. So as soon as she mails them, I'm going to start it.
There you go. You can do them online on the Beachbody on demand.
I know, but she ordered it through, through her name, and she doesn't have the club membership.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I've tried the one that they have on there, and I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, man. Are you still doing size, Paige?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you liking it?
Yeah, I really like it.
Are you picking up the moves?
Yeah, so I get bored, though. That's the only thing. Like, I get it, and I don't want to keep doing the same routine over and over.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to do that in 21 Day Fix, and then eventually I want to get 22-minute hardcore.
There you go. Cool. Yay, I'm excited. I think this group, it's like, hello, it's almost swimsuit time, guys. I think this group will help, like, motivate us and get us all back on track. So, alrighty, I'm going to